Hello, this is Carrie Geary. This video will guide you through how to utilize the West Virginia Adult Ed Professional Development Portal. With this system, instructors have the ability to access their professional development records at any time. Additionally, the system has a built-in request for credit feature, as well as an integrated calendar to allow instructors to easily register for PD sessions. Finally, there is an area to upload your certification and yearly PD plans, which will be viewable by your regional coordinator and supervisor. This user-friendly system is designed to be simplistic and allow you to easily manage your professional development goals.
First, we are going to go over how to activate and access your account. On this slide, you can see a picture of the login page. This is accessed by going to www.wvadultedpd.org. In order to access the system, you will first have to activate your account. On the wvadultedpd.org homepage, you will choose Forgot Password. You will then be prompted to type in your email address and request new password. Please note, you must use your K-12 or WVESC email address if you have one. Instructors were entered into the system using their K-12 or WVESC accounts. Using a different email address will keep you from being able to access your account. If you are an instructor who does not have a K-12 or WVESC account, you were entered into the system using the email address you used for work correspondence. After you have requested a new password, it will be time to check your email. You will receive an email from Mountain State Professional Development Portal Password Reset. The email will provide a temporary password that you will use to access your account. This email may take a couple minutes to arrive after being requested. If you don't receive it within 5 minutes, make sure to check your junk and spam folders. After you have your temporary password, you will go back to wvadultedpd.org and use your email address and temporary password to log in. You will then be prompted to create a new password. The existing password is the temporary password that was sent to you via email. After you've created your new password, choose Change Password and your account is now activated and ready to use. Once inside the system, you will see your instructor dashboard. The blue bar at the top includes 5 tabs: Home, Pre-Service, In-Service, Request Credit, and PD Plans. We will dive deeper into those tabs in a few moments. The white boxes are widgets that give you a quick glimpse at how many PD hours you are required to have during the year, along with how many hours you have completed. The circle in the Professional Development Completed box will be red and incomplete until you have reached your required number of hours for the year, at which time it will be whole and turn green. The first box allows you to change the year you are viewing. For instance, if I wanted to view my PD hours for FY20, I could change the dates in the drop-down menu. Also on the dashboard, you will see an area for upcoming events. If you have registered for sessions, they will appear in this area. The area with the green heading will show you a list of your certifications. We will discuss later in the presentation how to enter your certifications into the system so they will appear in this area. The last item on the dashboard is the calendar of opportunities. You will be able to register for sessions within the system or use a link to register for sessions that are outside of West Virginia Adult Ed. One of the wonderful features of the PD portal is it has an area to enter WVDE certification information. As soon as you activate your account, we ask that you input your certification information into the system. You will input your professional teaching license or your adult license. This can easily be completed by clicking on the arrow next to your name in the top right-hand corner. From the drop-down menu, select Add Edit WVDE Certifications. You will then have the option to add certification. Then fill in the information in the fields. It is important that you provide the correct dates, as the system will alert you on the dashboard as your certification nears expiration. If you have more than one certification, you may add those as well. Once you renew your certification, you will want to be sure that you reflect these updates inside the portal. One of the amazing features of the West Virginia Adult Ed PD portal is the ability to add West Virginia Department of Education certifications as a continued reminder for when you need to renew your certification. When talking about WVDE certifications, we are referring to your K-12 professional teaching license or your adult license. Instructors are required to input their WVDE certification information into the portal. It will then show up on your dashboard in the green area titled Certifications. The date next to your certification will remain green if your certificate is more than a year from expiration. It will then turn yellow if your certification is 7 to 12 months from expiration. And then it will turn red when your certificate is 6 months or less from expiration. This is a feature designed to remind instructors when certification renewal is near. Remember, in order to renew for certification, you must complete 6 hours of non-degree graduate credit and meet West Virginia Adult Ed PD requirements. After renewing your WVDE certification, please be sure to log into the portal and update your information. You may edit the existing certification or create a new one. Let's discuss the pre-service tab. When looking at your pre-service, you will want to make sure you have selected the correct fiscal year from the drop-down menu, as pre-service hours are only completed within the year you were hired. You will then see the number of hours of pre-service you have completed, along with a list of session titles, dates of completion, and hours awarded. Next, we will look at the in-service tab. This area is organized very similar to the pre-service area. Again, you will want to choose the fiscal year for which you would like to view your hours. There will then be a total number of hours completed for that year, along with a list of session titles, topics, dates of completion, and hours awarded. One of the goals of the PD portal is to provide a one-stop shop for all things professional development. The request for credit form has been moved to the portal, and credit is requested directly in your account. You will select Request Credit on the dashboard and complete the form. The big question is always, when do I need to request credit for a session? You only need to request credit for a session that is not West Virginia Adult Ed sponsored. For example, if you attend a COA webinar, CASAS webinar or training, or want PD credit for completing a college course that was not set up through the West Virginia Adult Ed PD department, you will need to request credit. If you attend a session that is led by West Virginia Adult Ed staff, it is not necessary for you to fill out a request. For instance, if you attend a Teams LACES question and answer session, or any session at the WVAEA conference, a request for credit is not needed. We will be adding a variety of PD sessions to the calendar of opportunities within the PD portal. This does not mean that every session is West Virginia Adult Ed sponsored. Oftentimes, you will see a link which requires you to register outside the portal. This is indication that you will need to complete a request for credit form in order to receive PD hours for attending that session. If you're unsure if a request for credit is needed, please feel free to ask and I will happily assist you.
Under the Request for Credit tab, you'll also notice on the right-hand side there is an area where you can review past requests. As you can see, there are two examples on this slide, and both were denied. If your requests have also been approved, they will show here in this area. If for some reason your request has been denied, you will see a little eyeball icon to the right of Denied. If you select the eye, you will see the explanation for why your request has been denied. If you have a denial, you will be able to edit your previous request on the left-hand side. You can fill in whatever is missing on the pre-existing form and then resubmit. You do not need to complete a whole new form. Every year during program updates, professional development plans are shared. The PD plan helps you plan your training for the year and also informs you about college credit opportunities you may need for certification and renewal. These PD plans are a way for you and your supervisor to communicate your desire for training sessions and also an opportunity for your supervisor to provide you with ideas regarding areas where you may become stronger to adequately serve students and improve your program. The portal allows for online submission of your PD plan. On the tabs at the top, there is a choice for PD plan. Next, you would choose the data year, select a file to attach, and then submit. After submitting your plan, you can see in the bottom area of the page there is a history of your PD plan submissions. You will also see when your plan has been received and when it has been reviewed by your supervisor. Your supervisor's name will show up and you may select it to review their comments.
Finally, we will take a closer look at the calendar of opportunities. The calendar of opportunities is located on the bottom of the dashboard. When you access your account, you will see PD sessions listed on the calendar. To register for a session, follow these simple steps. Click on the session title and choose Add to My Events. In the Join Meeting or Register Here area, you will see a link to join a meeting if it is an online session. Please note, any events that are not directly associated with West Virginia Adult Ed will require you to click a link to register outside the system. This would include sessions sponsored by COABE, Essential Education, and other companies. Anytime you choose Add to My Events, the session will appear in your upcoming events area. By clicking the blue title, you will be able to access the session information, including the meeting link if it is provided, or the link to the outside registration page.
Thank you for taking the time to learn about the West Virginia Adult Ed Professional Development Portal. If you have difficulty activating your account or need any other type of assistance, please feel free to contact me. The quickest way to reach me is by email or via Microsoft Teams chat.